Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and this one is going to be of a sculpture I made. And if for anyone who is unsure, this is actually based off the Kraken from the 2010 Clash of the Titans remake. It's just something I wanted to make just like real quick, put it together. I believe it took me all in all about a week, just a few days to like kind of make it, and then actually one full day. I just took a one full day to pretty much do all the painting. So yeah, that included even putting on the I believe the gloss varnish on top, so that's why it's very shiny. Kind of wanted to give it that sort of wet look considering the creature comes out from the ocean, so thought it would be very fitting. Like I said, this is based off the 2010 version from the remake, and I used polymer clay to pretty much make it. I didn't put a wire in, and that's because I actually wanted to. My original plan for this sculpture was that I wanted to make molds of each piece, so that I could create like a sort of a resin statue. Because I guess one of the things I want a possible future that I kind of see myself doing is kind of as making like just like statues and stuff. It's not really a well thought out plan or anything, but like it's just an idea of, I don't know, I've thought about maybe making copies of like certain sculptures I make for them to maybe be sold. I don't know, it was just an idea, but I wanted to like make a mold of this so that I could kind of get that practice going, like, or at least get some practice, so that I'd that way later on, if I actually start doing stuff like that, it could be more professional and I have an idea of what I'm doing. But because of time and money, I couldn't really go through with that. So I just decided to turn this into just a sculpture, just like a standalone sculpture. So it like I said, it is made out of polymer clay, and it was in pieces. And to kind of close off those gaps, what I did was I used something called quick seal, which you can see is right here. And as you can see, it says it's an adhesive caulk, and essentially it's just like it's kind of like the, how do you say, like the silicone, the hardware store silicone that you use, where it's, you just put it in and it seals it up. But this comes in white, and so it fit in with the clay, and it held paint pretty good. It's not like the silicone where the paint just falls off. This is holding on pretty good. And I put it right here on the bottom because there's a big hole. I put it around the legs, the joints of the legs, the arms, and the tentacles. So, you can see like the gaps are mostly closed. And yeah, I just used acrylic paints. I used a tan, a gray, and then I covered it all in a brown wash. And then I dry brushed a lot of this like more, I don't even know, like this more bony armored look that he has in the movie, because he's very like crustacean looking. So I just wanted to paint like these little armored pieces differently, so that it stood out more. But I wanted to keep those dark brown colors in the sculpt, because in the sculpture, because that's how I remember how he looked in the movie. It was a lot of browns and dark earthy colors. And for like the underside and like in between the legs and in the mouth, I did a tan and I dry brushed some like pink in there just to give it a little bit of a fleshy color. I feel like maybe it sticks out a little too much, but I still kind of like how it looks regardless. The only part that I don't like is maybe in that one part of the mouth where maybe the pink is just a little too heavy-handed. But overall, I think I really like how this came out. I hope y'all like it too. And yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the video. So I will see y'all at the end. I appreciate y'all for watching. If y'all want to see pictures of this guy, I will be posting him on my Instagram page, Giovanni Arts and Collectibles. So be sure to check that out. One thing I forgot to mention was, so if you see the video, he actually has different tentacles, and it's actually like these right here. Now, eventually I wanted to go for these long tentacles, but they were way too thin. In fact, you can see like these. I was trying to go for more like this, but I couldn't quite get the thickness out right at first. So I made these thin, really thin, string-looking long tentacles, and they were so thin that they were wobbly, so they kept moving one way or the other, and eventually they just started snapping off because some of them would go way over his head. And so eventually I just scrapped these, cut them off, and just did a really quick, just like made them super fast, so there's no detail. Which that's another thing too. That's why I didn't, I just kind of gave up on the mold making ideas, because this one, while I did try to put a lot of detail from the beginning, as I started working, more and more, like you can see that, like, just the detail, like on the hands and especially the tentacles and maybe some parts of his legs, like they just start to lose detail because I was kind of rushing a bit. I wanted to get this guy done before I started school. Which, for reference, I just started school today, so yeah, like I said, like I just wanted to get this done, and so I kind of rushed through it. But regardless, I still managed to make the tentacles, and they work. I think overall really cool sculpture. So like I said, if you want to see pictures of it, I'll put them up on my art Instagram page, Giovanni Arts and Collectibles, just one more time. And I appreciate y'all for watching. So have a great day, and bye.